Welcome to the newsroom. Let's go for a ride. EV stocks have been soaring. And for example, NIO. So as you see, NIO has become major competition in the EV marketplace. From the articles, NIO is obviously a beast and making headlines and going through the roof, massive in China, creeping up on Tesla's butt. Now check this out. So yes, today's video is about Fisker, the EV company. Let's see if they could be the next NIO. Yes, I filmed that Fisker myself. This was probably 3 months ago. Saw it on the road. My mind was blown. I've never seen a Fisker on the road. Remember when you first started seeing Teslas? You were like, wow, it's happening. My investment's gonna do good. I saw the first Fisker is what I'm trying to say. So now I'm going to teach you the power of technical analysis using NIO. I bought NIO right around here before this crazy breakout. And I did that because I saw this trend line forming. If you could understand how to notice when a trend line is forming, you could do very well. And I teach that. So hit the subscribe. Now, this trend line continued all the way west, east. Now this trend line continued nicely as the stock continued to bounce around. Typically, someone would sell here, lock in profits, or sell on the downturn and minimize loss and lock in profits. I didn't do that because I knew about this trend line hitting here, 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 and here. It was forming, it headed up. If it would have came below this trend line, I would have got out. I would have locked in my profits and made very little. But it didn't do that. It continued to head up, bouncing, 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 testing, and then eventually breaking out, heading up north, and now I'm in the 5x territory. Now, if you want to make 5x, 6x, 7x on your stocks, you could do that. You have to understand where these trend lines are. So we're going to look at this trend line and try and find it on Fisker, because that's what we're talking about today. Can we make these 5x returns on Fisker? Let's take a look. So the ticker is FSR, currently trading at $10.86. Obviously, they are an electric vehicle manufacturing company, and they produce a few cars. Let's take a look at the lineup. They have the Fisker Karma, which is the vehicle I saw on the road. I showed you the video. They have the SUV, the Fisker Ocean. They have the Fisker Atlantic, which is more of like a supercar, fancy car. And another one, they have the Fisker Emotion. I actually like that name. Seems like all their names have to do with waves and water. So that's their entire lineup as far as I know. They got 4 vehicles right now. They're more on the high-end, roadster, fancy supercars. And they got the crossover, the SUV. Still doesn't make the sound of gasoline. No, it don't. Woo! Fumes. Jeez. Electric cars don't have the fumes. All right, so we're heading back to the office. We're going to continue the deep dive into Fisker and find that technical analysis, beautiful pivot point of when it turns around and heads north. Let's find that northern star. Okay, so let's be honest. Fisker's chart looks horrendous. But imagine if you would have bought it when they were the SPAC. You know, a couple months ago, you would have been trapped in the 12s, the 14s, maybe the 18s. If you're a noob, what I want to do is I want to scan this chart and try and find out where a good entry is and when this thing's going to turn around. Where is our critical point to where we get the NIO breakout? I already found it. We're going to get there. Look at these 2 points that I circled on the chart. Whenever a candlestick has these long bottom end wicks, upside down wicks, it's usually a green flag because it's like table stands. It's like pogo sticks. They're about to ping, so they can do something like this. They can just go up. But this isn't strong enough for me to place a trade. Not strong enough. Let's continue. So Fisker could come down, close that gap, and test 870. That's the true bottom, the lowest this thing has ever gone. That would be very bad. I would prefer this not to happen. I would prefer for these pogo sticks to hold. Are you ready for the next slide? Now the next slide is the power of technical analysis. I'm going to reveal what the major critical breaking point for this thing to break out 5X is. You ready? Right there. So 1244 is the lucky number. I'm not touching this thing now. I'm not touching it a week from now or a month from now until it breaks 1244. If it does that, this thing could skyrocket and go on that NIO rally. Listen, EV's hot. We know this. Every EV stock is popping off. Fisker has yet to do that in the last couple months. It's just been ugly. It did it back in July when it first premiered, 10 to 23, it looks like. Hasn't done it since. So that is the analysis on Fisker. I'm watching it closely. Remember, 1244. When it clears that line, I am buying in. As long as it shows strong strength and blast through there, I'm buying it. If it tests it and comes down, still a red flag, still a no buy zone. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I do these technical videos all the time, so hit the subscribe, you hit the thumb up if you liked it. Every Wednesday, I drop deep dives, which are different from this. Technical videos, it's different. I go out into the business and I have some fun. I do research, investigative work. I get deep into it. I get dirty. So don't forget, by watching this channel, you're getting a little bit closer to retiring young.